Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome. Round 2 already. Yeah, of course, tonight here at Branch Hatch. And joining me, of course, not Fernando.
Hi there, how are you?
Good to you.
Good stuff. We're at Branch Hatch for round 2. These guys having their second go around. Already about 5 minutes into qualifying. Just had a bit of a delay at the beginning of the broadcast. Still a few things need to be ironed out in the spectator mode. You have to leave the game multiple times before getting this thing going. It's really weird. But a few guys already out on track. A few lap times already out.
And we might have the same when going from qualifying to the race as well. So, yeah, I was one of the reasons for the delay, as that happened with me. Sometimes it happened with both, sometimes it happened only with one. And of course last week as well, at the end of the race, it happened to J-Man. So yeah, it's just something that they can work on, and let's hope that update comes rather sooner than later. D-Man of course back tonight after missing out last week due to load shedding. 124 already for to get this qualifying going.
Some of the guys taking turns, it seems, missing around for load shedding.
Correct.
Some of them back this week, but some will be out this week.
Others are out,
for that same result. Hopefully they'll suspend load shedding before Friday night.
Well, I heard that 4 generators are back in action, so the load has reduced, so they dropped the 2 to 1.
Okay. Way too many stages.
Hey, it's like lockdown. You don't know if lockdown is Eskom or Eskom's running lockdown.
D-Man still leads at a time of a 24.4. Guys have been putting in some serious time from what I've heard.
Must say I like that Lexus of D-Man. Couple of nice liveries, we said it last week. Some of you guys really put in the effort to when it comes to designing liveries. Ooh, Demon, a little bit wide.
Second, Tabs third. Max fourth for now.
Chen actually put it in second.
Nicely done there. He goes P2 for the time being.
Oh, there we go. There's that other dude as well. Whoa. So obviously you know who that is.
Forget about him. Not Sebastian. He was sitting in 5th or 6th.
There we go. Now he's fast.
There we go. And ooh,
well, as we say it, wow, 9,000.
9,000ths of a second quicker. But still a bit of time yet in qualifying. I think quicker times are still down the road.
J-Man, we got a comment there. Boah.
Oh, I see. There we go. Boah. I was wondering why you were referencing Boah to not Sebastian. I was like, that is not Kim. No. Yeah, that is not Kimmy. That is not Sebastian.
Yeah, not Kimmy.
It's getting a bit confusing now with all the knots, but.
Yeah, well, the other one mockingly, not AB.
How's those times between the top 3?
Yes.
9,000ths of a second cover the top 2.
And then
100th of a second cover the top 3.
I mean, just to translate it back to plain layman's, 0.009, 0.099. That is, yeah, that's something phenomenal. What you say, Mr. Clenchy?
You could call it 99 thousandths. Because it's not technically 100. It's not.
No, it's bloody close.
10th, 5th.
Devon
going up to 5th, as I say that.
Devon playing the same strategy as last week. It sure looks like it. 12 minutes to go, and he still didn't move. Kind of exactly what he did on the last week.
Welcome everybody that's joining. I see a whole bunch of people just joined in the last minute or so. 11 people watching. Guys, throw us a comment.
Thank you. You took the words right out of my mouth.
We've got some qualifying predictions, your top 3 predictions. Lap time prediction, what do you think? Let us know. Let us know you're here.
Oh wow, I see Gaffbig actually switched cars. Started the season when the Honda, I see he's in the Bentley tonight. Of course,
Yeah,
the
as far
rule,
as
the
my
rule is
understanding of the rule.
Yeah, your
I
rule is
understand.
you lose all points if you change cars, but he didn't score any points last week.
That's right. That's right. That's why the decision was made. He said, okay, well, if I'm going to lose all my points, and he's like, well, I didn't get any points,
So might as well make the move.
might as well make the move now. So he's moved on to his second manufacturer, not working out for him at Honda apparently, and he will be in the Bentley, as is Nizmax. So Nizmax will not be. No.
Here we go. We got Daniel War Machine as well back tonight. Hello, Daniel. As always, nice to hear from you. And Daniel predicts a 122.5.
So there will be two Bentleys out on circuit. What was that prediction? A 122.5. 4.
So
Really,
that's 2 seconds still to fall. And you know, it's possible. Devin is actually out. Oh wow, it's gonna snow.
I think in the last race he just he was happy to start at the back,
Yes.
or something else was happening in the background. We're not sure. Gavin still yet to get out on circuit. He's in the pits without a lap time, as is Force.
Oh,
Gavin out on circuit, no lap time just yet. That AMG was doing pretty well at a stage, and then his race fell away dramatically towards the end, but he could have had a strong result last time out.
Some support there as well for D-Man. I see Nicholas say D-Man for the win. Well, D-Man, looking at practice, he already was good on the pace, so definitely invest. So, not Sebastian, still without a teammate, right?
That is correct, yes.
Of course, he missed the race last week due to load shedding. He's back this week. Black Mumbas, not Mambas, Mumbas I saw, and he basically changed teammates, but his new teammate, I think driver rating was a bit of an issue. The safety rating,
yes.
sorry.
I believe the safety rating here is set to
50?
I think it's 50, and he's nowhere near that. So he actually, as far as I understand, he asked for the safety rating to be turned down, and basically was told, go drive your car.
Go practice, go drive offline,
you know,
work on that safety rating.
Plus, you know, there's two of them, there's two brothers, so they can literally just get in the lobby, follow each other around, and get that safety rating up in no time. So just put some time into it, and we'll be back on track. You could be back on track in round 3. Just put some time into it this weekend, and you'll be fine.
Other Bentley? The Bentley of Nismax. But
Gavin is also out in circuit, so both Bentleys out on track.
But not teammates, of course. Nismax basically lost the win last week with a horrible pit stop where things went wrong. Turned out he didn't stop 100% correct on the right spot. So again, very technical when it comes to stopping in the pit lane as well when you come in for your stop. Of course, it's a mandatory stop for those of you who don't know it yet. Each car must stop at least once. So you can stop as many times as you want, but there's one stop that you must do, which is mandatory, and it's at a certain time, which is pretty much 25 minutes into the race. And then you only have a window of like 10 minutes. You must stop in that 10 minutes. If you don't, you get a time penalty at the end. Ooh, Nismax losing the back end of that Bentley, but nicely kept together, keeping it out of the barriers, just in time.
Just to the you've got that 10 minutes to do your pit stop. That's you know, if you get damage on lap 2 or 3 and you go in, that doesn't count. So just make sure. I mean, Gavin, I think it was Gavin.
Yes, it is.
Gavin last week. I think he was the only one that got that penalty for not making a stop.
And of course, the time penalty.
He made about 5 stops.
But the time penalty, I found out afterwards, it's actually based on the persons that stopped the longest, and that of course was Nismax when he had that car where his car didn't stop at the right spot and he was stationary for a good couple of minutes, and that's actually the penalty that was added to Gav Pick in the end.
That's why the game wasn't even sure what it was. It just said 130 seconds plus. So it was like, okay, that's a big one.
Yeah, what Daniel was saying. Daniel's also in the boat thing, so we're not the only ones who refer to it as a boat. So Daniel say he didn't know you can drift a boat after that move by Nismax.
I think that's how it's known worldwide.
Hey. But I must say, the bench
saw that car alarm me, and it was a damn good sounding car.
Oh yes.
Okay, the one didn't look that pretty because it lost half of its.
The whole back panel, side panel was gone.
Yeah, well, half the car was missing basically.
But he still went. He still continued.
They sounded awesome, and they roared around there for 9 hours. It was Sunset Corner.
Ooh, Gappy goes off track there.
Nothing to do with the sun towards the end there. Finished in the rain. What a way to finish an endurance race.
At night.
At night in the rain.
A heavy rain, because it was pouring down that night.
That was a proper Joburg thunderstorm.
Of course, this year it's
on
back.
pole for the time being. Wesley's for second, not Sebastian third. Just a
still close there up front.
5 minutes remain in qualifying, just over.
But still not coming to Daniel's prediction yet, still in the 124s rather than the 122s.
The 122 is a bit rough, and it's not even scraping the 122s, it's like halfway in there. So, I don't know, I don't know, maybe a high 22, low 23.
Unless Daniel knows something we don't.
I should probably talk to the drivers and try and, you know, see how they're doing before the race and what sort of lap time, but they all lie to me, so that's why I don't know what the lap time should be. It's also season 1. We'll know more next time.
Look at, well, 124 was also in free practice, if I'm not mistaken, by the look of it, yes. There we go, free practice, 124 as well.
Ooh, Gavin, they're running wide, getting introduced to the barrier.
Oh, and he goes off again, completely lost it there.
He's gonna probably jump off our screens and
jump into the pits. Here we go. That's normally the case when they go stand still on track or off track.
Not a big time difference between the two Bentleys. The little bit I have spoken to Dirk. He this car is a real handful around Brands Hatch. From he says it's not really a race win this. So maybe Gavin choosing the wrong race to jump into that Bentley, but for the time being, not a lot separating them in time.
Gap Pick, funny enough, is actually sitting better in qualifying compared to last week.
Yeah. No time yet from Force. He sits in the pits.
I think he's happy to start at the back this week.
Devin is out on circuit, but still no lap time from him.
Nope.
Don't know if he's come into the pits a whole bunch of times or if those were invalidated, but we were on track a while ago. No lap time yet.
Have to wait to see what he comes up with. Gap in front actually opened up a bit. Not Sebastian now 3 tenths off.
Over the line, no lap time yet.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's also the only Aston on track. Yeah, last week we had 1 Bentley, now thanks to Gaffik we got 2. But we only got 1 Aston and the 2 Lexus. 2 Lexus. Porsche.
5 Ferraris.
5 ponies tonight, of course. I think we lost T9. I saw T9. T9 disappeared. There was 15 cars when we started. the driver briefing, or just before the driver briefing, but somebody fell off, so unfortunately only 14 cars tonight. Was gas boat? No, I don't think he's got a rudder either. Speaking of Gaff, back in the pits, there a couple of guys in the pits. Just over 1.5 minutes to go. And qualifying is something of a past.
Just over a minute to go. Guys who are out there, they'll be having their final goes. Wesley's out there, he's on provisional
D-Man is
pole.
in the pit, so he's not going to go out again.
So actually the guys in first, second, fourth and fifth, they're all out on circuit.
Yep.
Springbok Gamer currently 8th, he's on circuit. Devon's still on circuit,
But still no time.
no lap time, so I'm not sure if he's
Unless he's taking this as practice, but he makes sure he doesn't post a time. So he can still start at the back. The time his teammate is in second.
He goes around, starts a lap for the final time. Currently second, Eleanor has gone quickest.
And now he's going to go into the pits.
D-Man's still in
1:23.8.
third. No movement from him, he's in the pits.
Wesley's going slow, so he's not going to improve.
That's up to not Sebastian.
Not
He goes
Sebastian
around the
coming
final
around
corner
now.
Currently 4/10 off the pace.
Nope,
He
and
improves,
that's
but not
fourth.
enough.
Can
He
he still do... Does he have time?
That's an identical lap time to the guy in front of him.
Yeah,
Crazy. Well, there's Kuda.
just to confirm, you can see very exactly... Okay, now not Sebastian's also done, so that's pretty much it. I don't expect Devon...
You see the little checkered flag, then I think that's classified.
Springbok Gamer. Now those guys stopped out on track, they done. There we
Devon
go.
does eventually do a lap. I have lost my timing screens.
Same here, got stuck. So it's that time. We're gonna have to restart this quickly.
Well,
Guys, just bear with us.
Might as well restart it with my controller so that I don't have to do this.
Okay, so guys, just let's hopefully we don't get then buggered when it's race
We'll be
day.
back soon.
So
We'll be back.
guys, just bear with us. It's going to be a new stream again, just like last week. It's just something we have to do until we eventually sort this out. We'll be back just now. Okay, still not able to take control of a car.
Oh wow. Yeah, I have no.
I have no control either.
Okay, just wait. Maybe when the race starts.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I'm not stuck with someone specifically by the looks of it. Let's just see. There we go. We're coming around and it's about to get going.
Green light, go, go, go.
Green light it is. And we're
gonna have to try this again.
We're gonna have to try this again, people. Just like last week, it's gonna be more twice.
You can commentate on what you see there for now, and then I'll try and.
Okay,
then you can. Yeah, we'll have shifts at this.
Go, you sort this out before I leave. I'm stuck here on Devon, so at least we can see something. It's better than nothing. Oh, tapes are going very slow. It's like tapes are standing still on track now. Was running at the back. Devon, it looks like made up places. All past steps. Hey, it's a pity that you get locked on one car when you can't change around.
Back into the game.
Works, you can press what you want. And Devon now right at the back of Springbok Gamer. Can that Merc outperform that Lexus here? Of course, Branch Edge is also a nice track for go-karts, funny enough. But when you do the Branch Edge short. Not the full GP track, of course, that's too much. Vos also fell off at the back here. Vos was there with Walnut, but no longer in Devon. Actually fell back from Springbok now and under pressure from Walnut. Must say this view is actually far better. You don't have it overlay and stuff now. You can actually see better stuff, but unfortunately now you don't have controls. So this is actually ultimately we want to be. No overlay. You have picture like this. Screens. Cool stuff. So when people just go with me, I'm going to leave it to J-Man. I'll be back just now. Let's just get this over so we can at least have control over the cars. Be back just now. There we go. I'm back. We got timetables. We can alternate between the cars. So we're back to where we want to be.
There we go. Riding on Ford with, not on Ford. I wish I was riding on Ford. I'm riding with.
Same here.
I'm riding with Kuda. He's currently in third in the Audi. 0.6 of a second adrift from the D-man, and Wesley starting to open up a gap at the front. 1.4 seconds is the gap. Not Sebastian in fourth. Chen still chasing.
D-man sitting a solid second, 1.2 seconds. But you know what? We actually lost more. It's actually 2 cars we lost because there was 14 cars and we're down to 12. Because there's nothing, nobody really showing in 13. Forces at the back. Of course, there's no timing there, so it's 12 cars here, yes. So that's, I don't know, Bob Luxem gone, and I'm not sure who we lost as well. Trying to figure out quickly. But anyway, I see Gav actually running in a good 7th. Something completely different to last week.
Yeah, he's doing a good job in that Bentley. Thought it might be a real handful for him on the first time around with it, but seems to be doing a good job. Maybe
he found the car that he wanted, that he needed.
That's the car that was meant for him. He's just behind his teammate at the moment. They're running 6th and 7th. He'll be happy with that. Springbok Gamer in the second of the 2 Lexus. Yes, there's still 2 Lexus cars on the grid. Then even in 9th. Interestingly, he didn't do a qualifying time, but he spent a lot of time out on track.
There we go.
Not sure what that's all about.
The other car we lost is the Judge.
Ah, there we go. Yes. Judge is, what here? Not sure what happened there. Fortunately, we left the lobby a couple of times and bunch of stuff probably happened in the middle there. We'll hear about it. I'm sure we'll hear about it later. What's happening there, right? Kuda's still third, D-man second. Wesley still leads that gap now up to 2 seconds. So he's taken another half a second.
4, 5 and 6 are very close to each other.
Sebastian for the time being still in 4th place. Either not able to make up ground on those top 3 or just playing the long game. Don't forget, this is an endurance race. It's only got a 10-minute pit window, so it's not like you can really conserve tires and pit late.
That's it.
It's an extra 4 or 5 laps. maybe.
Good hunting down D-Man. D-Man at the moment battling to hold on to Wes.
He's running away 2.1 seconds now, the gap, so that gap just continues to increase ever so slightly.
Foss having a terrible time at the moment, must be said. Way off if you look at the rest of the guys' times, how close they are to each other.
Some confirmation coming in from the judge. He got disconnected at the start of the race, so that's unfortunate. If it was an SCOM, it's
the ISP
was he
damn right.
stepping in there, and Afrikaans isn't great, but if I translate that correctly,
that's exactly what you wanted to say.
It's an ISP. So and you pay for both of them, and you never know when
exactly.
they're not gonna work.
You don't know which one is gonna. Yeah, it's like okay. I'm gonna say you don't know which one of the two are gonna rimming gaming you.
Ah yes, let's not bring Cameron in.
No, but I'll use for common rimming gaming because then you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes. D-Man
Sad one.
Second. That gap now 2.8 seconds.
Yes.
Almost at the
3 second flying.
mark. He was opening that gap.
But Kuda right there with D-Man. D-Man struggling to get away from that Audi.
Remember now, long game. What is he doing to the tires by running away?
That's
is he
it.
Destroying the tires, or is he running away as a result of second and third now starting to? Well, third starting to get in the face.
Not
Sebastian, he's going to be all over his mirrors.
Not Sebastian 3.5 for that battle, so it's pretty much these two at the moment.
It's very, very difficult to concentrate on that, and now you can see 3.2 seconds. The gap's going up even quicker, and it's because Kuda's in his mirrors. When you're worried about the car behind you, the gap ahead
grows.
That goes to the back of your mind, and you can see the gap now 3.2 seconds. Nice cushion. Kuda will want to get by. He looks quick.
But as much as they battle, they're still getting away from not Sebastian.
Still getting away. I wonder if he's I don't know. What could he be doing differently? Can you pit? I mean, when in your mandatory stop, can you choose to refuel, or is it just tires?
As far as I know, you can do fuel as well.
Okay, so if you can do fuel as well, these guys could be light on fuel and then have a longer pit stop because of the fuel. Whereas not Sebastian could have put enough in the tank to just.
You don't need to fuel, just do tires and run the fuel load till the end. That's possible. That's possible.
If you don't have any damage, change 4 tires and off you go. And you'll be in the pits. Considering how long you can be in the pits in this game, you'll be in there for a much shorter period of time. So we're just not showing the pace in the beginning, but maybe there's a reason for it. He's a tricky character.
Nismax and Chen battling still. Springbok gave a chase.
I love having Judge in the race because he's one of our core drivers that's always been there. But I love having Judge in the comment section because he actually talks to me. You see,
he actually gives information.
Yes, refueling as well. So there we go. He just confirmed that. And the shortest a pit stop can be, what, is in 30 seconds?
It's like 30 seconds.
Okay,
so I would take it stationary for 30 seconds.
So if you just go in there...
Oh, Gaffy runs wide. Oh, there we go, into the tyre wall. Ooh, Gaff runs very wide. He lost it there, went all the way, and it was just basically being a spectator. Once that car went off the grass, it went straight for that barrier.
Now surely he's going to have
damage.
Some form of damage.
Although it doesn't look like it, but don't take what you see, because we had it with project cars as well. You feel what you see is not really what the case is. So you sometimes see a lot of damage, meantime there's no damage, and vice versa. So just bear in mind That impact was enough to cause some sort of damage. And he's going slow already.
If the Bentley was a difficult car to drive, it just became a more difficult car to drive. Gavin's going to have to recover. Obviously, he doesn't want to make the mistake he did now. If the car is drivable and you're not losing too much time, I wouldn't pit. You know, pit for your mandatory. Don't do it now, and then you're gonna have to do your mandatory anyway.
And why is he calling it? Just a comment he made earlier, just referring back to that confirmation that boat of Gaffbeak doesn't have a rider at all.
So what is like? Is Dirk is Dirk the factory driver and Gavin is the unassociated?
Most probably.
Bentley's like, hey dude, it's cool that you bought the car, but don't
mess it up. This makes a head of chair now.
There is a bit of damage there on Gavin's car. It's on the left hand side, but it's really just in the form of some scuff marks. Livery a bit damaged, but no bodywork that we can see. But that could just be the game not giving us because I don't see any damage on anyone. So either everyone's driving extremely clean, or the game's not. Well, we definitely saw damage last week on Devon's car.
Yeah.
That Merc did not look the way it was intended. His intent at the moment.
Funny that you talk about him just as I actually go there. But so far even that Merc of his looks fine. Will not canoe one of the new guys.
Was he and Flick entertaining each other?
I see that.
Not on the racetrack, but at least they're entertaining each other. We're not entertaining them. They're just talking to each other.
About mini Frick in the wall socket. Yeah.
I'm going to pretend I have no idea what that means. But yeah, guys, 7 guys watching. Give the channel a like. Give the stream a like. Carry on at the
and
front.
Of course,
Wesley still leads. Gap continues to grow. We wait for D-Man to come over the line. So I'll read you the time. 4.4 seconds now. The gap.
Meantime, D-Man actually opened up a little gap to Kuda, so a bit of a breathing space.
Kuda just running wide, getting some tires there on the grass. Puff of smoke coming up, and that's cost him a bit of time. He's 1.5 seconds down the road. That's Sebastian. Going around in 6th place. Very suspicious race. I don't think that's his pace. Watch that pit stop. 4.6 seconds to lead at
but
the
he's
front.
way off.
That's why I say, like, the only thing that could explain
is
to
he
me
actually still in the race? Because I can't even view him.
No, I can see him. He's in 6th place, not Sebastian.
Oh, you're talking about him. Sorry, I actually was looking at Force at the bottom. It says pit.
Oh no,
Force is not part of a race anymore by the looks of it.
No, Force is no longer on my screen. I only have 11 drivers on my screen.
Now he still shows on my side, but in the pits, but I can't select it, so that's it. So we're down to 11 from the start. So yeah, that's already 4 cars gone.
Should actually, well, there's enough HUD on here, but there should be a way where you can see who started, but he's no longer there.
So all these guys pretty much getting points tonight.
They just need to finish.
Important, just finish, because then you can still get some good points.
Just over 40 minutes remain.
Oh, Judge, and Judge asked it. Judge asked the question. Oh, Judge, I'm not going to comment, but you probably know the answer to your question already.
When things start going south, that is not a direction he likes to take. He prefers the exit.
Exit stage left, and very quickly.
So if the road is heading south, he usually heads for the exit.
Yeah, if his road goes north, he decides to exit stage left in the direction north.
But if you didn't understand what I was saying, yeah, he rage quit. So, Wesley first. Gap not growing as quickly as it
Yeah,
was.
now it's pretty much staying stable, and Kuda is actually falling back to D-Man.
Wonder if Wesley maybe made an error somewhere. Just not getting that 2 or 3 tenths that he's been picking up lap on lap. This time just, there we go, and as I say it goes up to 4.9, so there's your 4 tenths of a second. Maybe he's hearing the commentary and he says, oh, is that right? I'll use this other gear that I haven't been using.
And Chen is keeping Nismax still honest. Nismax not getting away from Chen.
Kuda has fallen off that battle for second. Third, fourth. There we go, Chen and Dirk. Ferrari versus Bentley. I know which one I'd rather be in.
Yeah, nee.
Chen has got that advantage of just like, you know, turning into the corner and the car sort of does what you want. Bentley's, yeah, I've my short experience on this game, it's mostly Kyle Army. And in the Ferrari I can go 2 seconds quicker around Kyle Army than I can in the Bentley. And that's after lots of laps. So, I'm not a fan. Maybe it's got a track that suits it, but I don't know if it's this one. Looks still in 4th. The other Bentley down in 9th. And as I say that, the other Bentley coming into the pits. Has the pit window opened?
Nope, it's too early. Too early.
I didn't see anything on screen.
Nope, it's too early. It's not open yet.
If I remember correctly, back to last week, we did get a little message up on screen saying that the pit window was open.
Oh, that doesn't look like a good stop either. Okay, now it looks like the car's in position.
I just corrected itself there. I'm sure they could have loved that. Last week, Evan 9th, Seb's 8th, Springbok Gamer 7th. Not Sebastian, still driving around in 6th. Waiting for him to surprise us in that Aston Martin. Not showing the pace just yet. Chen 5th. Looking 4th. Top 3 remain unchanged. Wesley leads the D-Man. Kuda in 3rd.
Tips, of course, I must have at one stage was right at the back. Running in 8th at the moment, so fighting his way back. Not far off Springbok Gamer either.
That will be his next target up the road. Springbok Gamer currently 1.9 seconds up the road from him. That'll be the next time that he's focusing on, and now also starting to get awfully close to the pit window.
Yep.
I see Gavin is back out on circuit, and you'll see that there's still an orange block next to his name with the number 1 in it.
Means the mandatory stop is still not served.
So,
because you can only serve it in that pit window.
If I'm not mistaken, it's from 35 to 25.
I think it's 25 minutes into the race.
So,
so 35 minutes remaining.
Yeah, 35 minutes remaining. That pit window is going to open for 10 minutes. And if you haven't done it with 25 minutes remaining, you're going to get disqualified. Well, you're not going to get disqualified, but yeah, you don't want the penalty that's coming. It's a penalty that basically ensures you go to the back of the grid. Depending who gets the worst pit stop, of course.
I see Daniel there is having lots of fun tonight with the Bentleys. Says the Bentleys is a boatload of fun. Chen still holding on to Nesmax, but not able to do anything about Nesmax.
Not making the pass. Just holding on. Maybe planning to jump him in the pit stops.
Wesley looking solid in front.
There we go. It's really close now. This track is, you know, it's fairly narrow, like in modern terms. And if the guy in front of you is sticking to his line, there's no DRS here, there's no ERS, there's no... If the guy sticks to his line and defends well,
That's it.
There's not a lot of place to go unless you're willing to jump on the grass. So, yeah, you have to like wait for that mistake, and look, obviously just doing a good job. 2/10 adrift.
Judgy, as far as I know, from what I understand, it's actually the longest pit stop. So the guy who stopped the longest, his time for that stop is what's going to be added as a penalty to your time if you don't stop during that pit window. And it's funny that you would make that comment there because you came that close last week.
Yeah, that was close. He just got into the pits just in time. Let's see. If that is correct, then we've got another 20 seconds. That pit window will open, and that will just be something that comes in the middle of the race and possibly shakes things up.
Pretty much
what happened last
10 minutes. No? Yeah, it's around now, but there we go. Pit lane's open. There we go.
There we go.
35 minutes. At exactly 35 minutes to go, it opens up, and that's 10 minutes counting down. So we will see these guys starting to dive into the pits now. And
see who comes in immediately.
Yeah, who's going to blink first?
Wesley leads 6.5 seconds. No.
No. Looks like Devin is in.
Devin, the first one into the pits.
Devin is into the pits.
Wesley going around the start-finish line. He chooses to stay out for the time being.
Driving for a Ferrari. Oh, that Merc again. Oh, he looks like he overshot his pit stop. Yeah, he overshot. Devin overshot his box.
Oh wow! Does he? Oh, look at that.
And that Merc doesn't look good. Oh, that car doesn't look good.
Another two in the pits. Not Sebastian.
Not Sebastian and Nismax.
Let's see if the prediction was right. Does he get out of the pits quickly?
Can Nismax get it right this time? It's also in.
Busy pit lane. 4 cars in the pits now. Devin, Tibbs, not Sebastian, and Nismax. Springbok Gamer continues. He's out on circuit. He's in 5th.
And another car. There we go. Walnut also coming in.
And then obviously your top 3 still out. Looks
on
track.
Nismax might be. Yeah, Nismax is on his way.
Way. Let's see, where is not Sebastian? Has he got moving yet? No, he's still stationary. As is Devin.
And Tibbs is on his way. Devin is very long. And our race leader is in. Race leader is in. Oh, not Sebastian's on his way.
Not Sebastian on his way.
Race leader is in.
That promotes D-Man and Kuda to 1st and 2nd as they stayed out. There goes Walnut.
I see Judgy. I see, Judgy, Little P actually saying that timing is everything. While looking at last week, it's almost like it wasn't timing, it was about remembering at the very last moment that oh crap, I need to stop.
Chen doing the wrong thing at the wrong time. Ran wide there, got a whole lot of grass.
Whatever time he tried to make up is gone with it.
This is the time to do your best laps if you want to jump Nismax. Obviously you could have a shorter pit stop. We don't know what fuel levels these guys are running, what damage they might be carrying. So D-Man still leads.
And will not actually manage to
strange
jump.
Invites for F1 on a Thursday.
Will not manage to jump Devin due to that long stop.
So now the D-man, that is your leader, Kudo in second. They're both in the pits. They're going down the pit lane together. Chen in third. I was going to say he'll be promoted to the lead, but he won't because he dives into the pits. So your top three on track.
6
All
minutes
in
to
the
go.
pits. See, where is Springbok Gamer? Will he dive into the pits or will he stay out? He stays out. This will promote him to the lead.
For now, yeah.
Springbok Gamer leads this race. E-Man still stationary in the pits. Kuda stationary in the pits, and as I say that, he drops off the jacks. Is he gonna go? Yes, he does.
Gaspic a lap down already, looks like it to
Kuda
Springbok
back on
Gamer.
the road. D-Man
Chen is
back
in the-
on the road.
Chen
Those
is in the
positions
pits.
have swapped. Those positions have swapped. Kuda getting out before D-Man. And look at that, he's in front of Wesley.
Chen had an actual very quick stop.
Kuda had a brilliant stop. Not only did he jump D-Man, he came out ahead of Wesley.
Yes.
What happened to the 5-second cushion? Well, as I say that, our timing screen switches.
Yep.
Now
Wesley's back
Wesley's
in
ahead
front.
of Kuda, and that makes a little bit more sense. Because I thought, wow, what kind of a pit stop was that? Off race distance. Now we have just under 30 minutes remaining in this race. And obviously 5 minutes remaining in the pit window for the two cars that haven't stopped.
Gaspic
That is
now
obviously-
getting a ratio with Springbok Gamer, try to unlap him, and still neither driver pitting, and they were basically the only two cars still to do their mandatory stops.
Getting into danger territory there. Still lots of time though. Two goes around, I suppose. Leaving it pretty late. But he won't be too happy having his mirrors filled with a
Oh,
car.
Gappy
Now
goes
Cameron
off
going
again.
over the grass. Getting really close on the exit. Oh.
I'm starting
He
to
really
think
wants
that
to unlap
Bentley,
himself.
that Bentley is not a boat. That Bentley is like one giant lawnmower at the moment in the hands of Gaspic.
Oh yeah, I know. It took on that grass like no problem.
Funny, he managed to unlap himself and now he gets the blue flags again.
Springbok Gamer.
Now he's in
The
penalty
race,
territory
Gavin
as well.
still no pit stops there from them. Wesley in second. Duda third. G-Man fourth. Obviously those three will
Walnut,
be
of course,
promoted
racing
back
Gaspic
to...
for position. Him himself now is going to try to have a look at Springbok Gamer and still no pit stop.
It's not possible that they forgot. No ways.
Pretty much at the end of this lap.
They're going to need to do it at the end of this lap. Because I think if they try and leave it for a second go around,
I
they're
don't
not
think
going to
there's
make
going to
the
be
pit
enough
entry.
time. No, not going to be enough time. Just riding a little bit longer with him to see how that pans out.
Gavin, he's still out on track. Springbok Gamer, he's out on track. Blue flags now for Gavin. Because obviously Springbok Gamer is... hope that doesn't lead to any penalties. I don't know if blue flags have that sort of impact. I should probably look up GT racing a little bit more. I know in some motorsports you don't actually get a penalty for it. It's just
Just a
in
courtesy.
case you didn't notice there's someone behind you. It's like a courtesy sort of thing, but it's not a you have to move and let the guy go. In F1, I think you can have 5 blue flags
That's
before
it.
before you get any sort of penalty.
But of course, there we go. Gaspic blinks and so does Springbok Gamer, both coming in at the same time.
Springbok Gamer now obviously will drop out of the lead of the race. He was leading by 13 seconds from Wesley. Wesley will retake the lead. He's been leading for a majority of the race. Springbok Gamer missing his pit box. Ooh, yes. Ooh, wow. Gavin not in his pit box. Do they know that? Oh no, Springbok Gamer, your car is still skew. Gavin, you're still moving up.
Yeah, moving
Gavin
forward.
is just locked into position.
Yep. But Springbok Gamer doesn't look like.
Well, I think Gavin's car is locked into position. I'm not sure, but Springbok Gamer. Now remember that. There we go.
Gavin's on his way.
Springbok Gamer, that car is still skew.
That's it.
I don't think that car is.
There we go. Finally.
There we go.
It looks like he's on his way now.
Did the pit stop with the car parked skew?
Looks like it actually did it. Wow. So he's on his way, he's done. Pit stop served.
It looks like maybe it was just a quick tyre stop, not too much fuel. Maybe just a top up. Wesley leads from Kuda. D-Man now third. Obviously he was in second for a large part of this race, and Kuda was right behind him, no pass coming, and then he jumped him in the pit lane. Fourth place. Third.
And pit window is closed.
In the first of the Bentleys. Pit window is closed, but no problems there. Everybody's got a green bar next to their name, so we shouldn't have any drama.
No penalty tonight for missing the mandatory stop. And speaking of which,
already getting better.
Speaking of which, no penalties like last week.
We haven't seen any penalties. We haven't seen any drive-throughs.
And one of the penalty sufferers last week was the judge.
Great to see the guys are learning quickly.
The judge was just a little too hasty on his way out of the pits last week.
It was actually on the way out rather than on the way in. That's usually when you get it, because you haven't slowed down enough.
No, all of those were pretty much on the way out. All of the guys that got those penalties were on the way out.
Aggressively.
Of course, out of a long straight pit exit.
Yeah. We're left with 4 Ferraris on track, and surprisingly, no Porsches. Bad day for Porsche.
Porsche.
No Porsches remain on the track. We've got 2 Bentleys, still got 2 Lexus.
Porsches.
We've got an Aston Martin, we've got an Audi, and 1 Merc, 4 Ferraris.
Porsche's number 1 driver didn't even make the start.
He's sitting in the comments.
We hope.
I was going to say commentary box, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh no.
No.
I don't know.
I don't think it's safe. I don't think it's safe to have him in the comms box.
We'd have to find a tertiary streaming service for when we were going to invite Judge, and that streaming service just they don't care.
We'll have to use something like a Twitch or so.
Yeah, we'll need like my Twitch. I don't care.
Otherwise, chances every second word will be peep and another peep.
Wesley leads this race, 25 laps they've done. If you do the minimum in the next patch, ACC please, just give us the ability to hide the HUD and give us the ability to get rid of that thing completely. Saturday. That's just stupid.
Exactly.
Take that off my screen.
Thank you.
It's taking up space and it's useless information. Like the rest of the stuff, I feel it's too big. It doesn't need to be too big, but it's fine. It's information.
Take everything away. We can leave a driver names as well, but everything else can go.
Even if it's an option where we got into the lobby the first time and everything was blank, you press that thing and it takes the HUD away completely, and the other one looks like this, that's fine.
Not at all, Judgy, not at all. Judge is saying he's not that bad.
Well, this is coming from a guy that swears at a unit that's installed in his Polo. He also swears at the bot in Discord. The bot swears back at him because he's learned how. But no, the TNB bot has learned the TNB way. But just some of the TNB bot's opinions cannot be expressed on YouTube.
Yeah.
Especially those of a certain Kryptonian. I think that's the worst one. Yeah.
What's that?
Wazzy knows which one I'm talking about. There's a Kryptonian that is not on track tonight. Will be with us tomorrow night. And if you ask the bot about him, he's got a pretty... Yeah, it's pretty dark.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Gap at the front, 9.6 seconds.
Oink oink, or moo, whichever.
Wesley really seems to have this race. It's his to lose. 9.6 seconds is the gap.
Well, last week it was also his to lose, and then he ran slow towards the end. So, what has he done different this week?
See if that increases as Kudo goes over the line. It does increase, 9.9 seconds. Flashing some lights there. Letting Canoe know. I'm behind you. I'm lapping you. When you can. Slow down a bit. Or have a look at your mirror. Oh wow. Ooh, look at that. Canoe going a little bit sideways there. And
yeah.
Slowing down, Kudo making the most of it, flying through on the outside.
Now
nice
D-Man is coming up to Canoe.
Now that has obviously hurt that time a little bit. I don't think Wesley pulled all that gap by himself. Kudo was obviously there for a while. Gap was 10.1 seconds. We'll see what it is as he goes over the line now. Does it increase? Does it decrease? It increases by 0.7 of a second.
Of course.
And Wesley now almost up to 11 seconds.
You would have heard Jamin talk about Fridays, etc. Most of the guys that you see here also race on Friday evenings, but when they race F1, their turbos are bullets. Because some of the guys also race other times during the week. So
TNB.
Yeah.
TNB. That's tomorrow night. That's it's still called round 6, and for anyone who's arguing about the rounds, Mexico is still going to be called round 3. It's just happening in week 11.
Just and of course.
So I hope that's not too complicated, but it's still round 3. It's just happening at the end of the season.
So for those of you who like to watch this, and of course here to support the guys, you can support them also there at TNB. And also some of them are in other leagues.
Try get a link to the TNB channel, and I'll just try and put it there in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please subscribe and get a little
outcoming past Walnut
when we have our races, so you don't have to miss a race. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting one. It's our first visit to Zanderfort.
Oh, that thing is twisting, and yeah, Sharpton here, Sharpton there. Who's going to be able to keep up the momentum?
It's one thing to go around there on a empty track by yourself, but I think it's going to be a very challenging circuit when you're surrounded by unpredictable opponents.
Can Kuda breach the gap between him and Wesley, just to put Wesley under some sort of pressure at the end? Because last week it was also Wesley's race to lose, and he lost it in the end while going slowly, which looks like a possible fuel issue. Now Kuda's going, and he's going well, but can he breach that gap, or is that gap just too big?
12 seconds is the gap. Getting all sorts of notifications on my phone. What's going on?
Or BJ, or as we call it, the pony. One of 5 ponies, of course, 4 of them remaining in this race.
Just if you're watching and you're a MotoGP fan, don't want to interrupt the racing you see on screen, but a pretty big headline coming out of MotoGP right now. So we might as well announce that live. Let's just see, let me just quote it directly. Rossi is questioning his future after last week.
I thought as much after that race. Oh wow, how did he miss it? How did he miss it?
It was, I've seen all sorts of pictures that people have made and put on Twitter of like the angel of Simoncelli,
sure,
just sitting on Rossi's tank there, because that was awfully close. I mean, he missed 2. Okay, one was awfully close, but 2 bikes flew past him, and yeah, that must make you reconsider things.
Something that
especially with all he's done.
Something Frick will know, because the reference we use, if we look at that incident, guy was balarbreedte. You can't get any closer than that. If it was any closer, he would have been off his own bike.
Absolutely.
Not Sebastian and Tibbs. 2 seconds. Wesley still extending his gap in front, so as BJ says, that pony is galloping alright. No getting close to that pony tonight. Gaff Peak just going further and further back, he's now in 10th.
Max still holding on to that 4th place. Man in 3rd, he hasn't been able to recover and catch Kuda. Since that pit stop switched them, they've stayed in those positions.
Even some distance off Gaff Peak. Of course, that is all mainly thanks to that long stop. Just a little over 13 minutes to go.
I've just put a link there to the TNB YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to that channel, please do. It's if you enjoy what you're watching now, you'll enjoy tomorrow night as well. A lot of the same names. You see the likes of Gavin out on circuit, the likes of Springbok Gamer, not Sebastian. You see Chen out there, Nizmax, Wesley as well. I won't be talking so much tomorrow night. I'll be trying to drive. Hopefully I won't be visiting the comms box, but yeah. And then obviously the man that's currently going around in the Merc, he'll be in the comms box tomorrow.
As far as I know, he's back.
With Johan. He's a permanent fixture in the comms box. He doesn't want to go out and race. He he likes the temperature controlled comfort
much
of the
better.
comms box. Probably lazy boys in the comms box, who knows. Well, I'm sitting in my rig for this, so not the most comfortable comms box. Kuda still in 2nd, gap continuing to grow, 14.8 seconds, so Wesley not showing any signs of slowing down. Yeah, hopefully Yeah, hopefully didn't do any fuel miscalculations from last week and he's learned from that. Don't see any... Getting told I should just multitask. What do you think? Me driving and trying to... That's not going to work. The commentary would probably sound okay, but I don't know how long I'd be racing for. Plus, from the commentary box, you can be unbiased, but from the cockpit, yeah, my let's just say my entire demeanor changes, and I shouldn't be on YouTube.
No, rather not.
Unless I have a mute button or a bleep button. Man will go over the line now, gap 14.8 seconds. E-Man still in third, Max still fourth in the first of the two Bentleys. 4 manufacturers covering up the top 4. And we've got Ferraris in 5th and 6th. Chen doing a great job so far. Bagging a handful of points, and he hasn't given up on 4th just yet. I think that's the best battle we've got on circuit right now, so if you want to have a look at that, Jan. Chen's still not able to get past that Bentley. Been looking at the back of the Bentley for a long time now.
That gap has been pretty much like that for a good couple of laps. And now it's actually one of the closest that he actually got. I mean, right in the back of that Bentley, but it's just, whatever, doesn't matter how close he gets, it's just not close enough.
I say this sort of track, it requires a bit of a mistake. Okay, if you're putting the car where you're supposed to put the car and you're getting good traction out of the corners, it's going to be extremely difficult to pass.
And it's proving true tonight.
I think Zanderford tomorrow night is going to be another one that's going to be extremely difficult to pass. I'm trying to picture passes in my head as I go around that track. This doesn't make sense to me. Plus, everyone's talking, turn one and retirements, and nobody's mentioned that big wall on the outside of the final corner.
Oh.
You're telling me in a 100% race, nobody's just going to ram into that thing. Somebody's going to hit it. And I hope it's not me. Commentator's curse, and I'm a commentator, so this is probably just going to be bad for somebody else. So no, you can't commentator's curse yourself. That's that doesn't work. It's like a psychic winning the lotto. Doesn't work. Commentator's curse doesn't work on yourself. Chen dropping back a little bit. That gap was 0.2 of a second, it's now 0.6 of a second, so I suppose you can only drive that close for a while, and then you have to just take a breather, giving it everything, corner after corner, braking point after braking point, and the guy in front of you is just not making that error that you need. He was obviously hoping to jump him in the pit stops, but as Max came into the pits first, Chen decided to stay out. When Chen stayed out, he didn't really make the most of it. He ran wide on 2 or 3 occasions, picked up a bit of grass, and as Max came out in front, Chen still holding on to 5th. He'd love to steal that 4th place.
Oh yes.
Something happening at the front. Is something happening at the front? Where's that gap going?
Yeah, it's just the gap still opening up.
1.7 seconds. Then closing in on 2nd place. 7 minutes remaining in this race. Not a lot of time. But if the guys were running it tight on the fuel strategies and now all of a sudden they need to conserve, this is when it will show.
That's it. This is where you can pick it up.
Now the gap. Now you will see who needs to conserve and who has a little bit extra to push with. So Wesley leading this race last week this time, and
That's it.
he dropped out of contention in a matter of laps. We weren't even quite sure what was happening for a time. That does not look like it's going to repeat itself. With 6 minutes remaining, that gap still 14.7 seconds. And then D-Man just running over the curb too hard there. Makes him run wide on the exit of the next. And that, Devon off the circuit there. Toto Wolff will not be happy with the use of that Merc as a lawnmower. See, Devon rates this game as his second favorite. Obviously his favorite game coming in the form of Farming Simulator, and every now and then you get a bit of a crossover. Actually quite funny how many guys got into Farming Simulator after completely writing off the game in the beginning as a complete loss. Saying let's download it because, you know, uncapped we can. You're going to delete it anyway, and then delete it. Top 3 remain unchanged. D-Man, that gap
just over 5 minutes.
To fall. So he was catching, but that risk seems to be falling away. This Max not making up any ground to the podium, so it looks like he will remain in 4th. Just depends on what can Chen do. Will the lunge eventually come? Either he's just really happy to be there, stay in 5th, and if a mistake comes, great, 4th will be great. Or he must be really frustrated, because he gets awfully close. Look at this. It's probably hitting triangle right now. He's like, DRS, DRS. Probably wishing he ran a bit less wing for those straights. Here we go, thinking about it. Not yet. That's the closest I've seen them go side to side. Look again, thinking about it. How close is this?
Too close.
1/10 of a second. Don't want to see any heartache, don't want to see any tears. Let's not see damage. It's been brilliant driving up until this point. So close. Yet it's still so clean. It's the sort of racing etiquette you want to see.
That's it.
Now Nismax, finally the mistake comes from the car in front. Chen just falling a bit behind,
still
and not able to
capitalize.
He literally fell behind by 2 or 3 tenths at exactly the wrong moment. Nismax ran wide into coming out of the next corner. Chen just wasn't close enough. Look at that gap, just 1/10 of a second between the two of them.
Not much time left.
Our leader, sorry, not our winner, sorry.
Well,
our leader, Wesley, he's leading by a huge margin. He's not getting any coverage. Neither is Kudo or D-Man, so our apologies. But this is a brilliant battle. Chen, every now and then you see that bumper just darting out, thinking about it, and then dipping back in. Just as you see there, going to the outside, thinking about it. And if Nismax is going to make another mistake, he needs to be this close in order to make the most of it.
I see why he's jumping on a steak. His favorite food. Thanks, Judge, but we keep you informed as much as you keep us informed. Always nice to get some comments back on the site, what's happening behind the scenes, etc. No, Wesley pretty much controlled this race. Once he basically got in front, that was it. And it looks like he won't have a repeat of last week, so this time round he will win. Oh, wait.
I was gonna say the battle continues between Nizmax and Chen, but that is not the case. Chen has come off, and he's come off pretty hard. He went to the one side of the circuit, hit the barrier there, went across the tarmac to the other side of the circuit and hit the barrier there. So, surely gonna be damage on that car. Nizmax has been released.
D-Man catching Kuda late in the race.
Gap 6.7 seconds,
but
so he lost the whole bunch of time there. Then let's just keep an eye on that time, because I think he's going to have damage and Debs could potentially come up the road. Keep an eye on D-Man for that second place. Can he do it? Gap was 1.5 last time, now it's 1.6. Not enough time. We need to take
because there's less than a minute left in this race.
Need to take an error from a car in front of him.
There we go.
Leader is on the final lap.
Confirmation of a final lap, so that will be Wesley.
Wesley now will, when he goes over the start-finish line, that will be the end of the race. 41 laps. The race distance will be 42. Kuda second, 16.5 seconds down the road. D-Man just never able to recover his second place after that quali switch. Look at this, 1.2 seconds, but it's going to be agonizingly too late. Tape's not able to make up any further ground on Chen, so Chen should be able to hold on to that 5th position, get away with the mistake. Would have loved to have taken 4th, but they're just keeping it straight.
Nice recovery drive there by Tips, because right at the beginning he was at the end, at the back end of a grid.
So nicely done, he's getting a little handful of points for his efforts. D-Man third. Kuda second, let's follow Wesley, follow our leader. I'm not controlling the camera.
Coming around for last
Sorry,
corners.
Jan, you're controlling the camera. And he goes around the final corner. Over the line.
There we go, well done, Wes.
Confirmation with the checkered flag there next to the number 7. Ooh, don't stop there, I'm sorry.
Ooh, and D-Man is right there with Kuda for his last few corners.
This could be
but
a
Kuda will
thing,
hang on.
But maybe another lap. I think that was very low fuel. I think he was conserving something, because that gap came down very quickly.
D-Man brings it back home in 3rd.
Springbok Gamer classified in 8th, Gavin classified in 10th. As Maxie's gonna have to finish his lap off. There's Chen, Tebs, not Sebastian, all on the lead lap. They won't get automatically classified.
Coming around now.
Nicely done, 4th place. 7 classified 9th. Now we wait for the next runner. Had a great race, just lost it at the end there, but he's going to bring it home in 5th anyway. He's going to get away with that incident.
Well done, Tips. Nice recovery drive.
Nicely done by Tips, 6th place. Then not Sebastian, bringing home the one and only Aston Martin.
Walnut coming through, and that will be the last person to cross the line.
That's right, last car to classify. New. And there we have it. Somebody already leaving. Let me just go through your order. Don't know what the timing screens are going to look like, or if you're going to get kicked out of the game. So I'm just going to try run through your order real quickly. See Wesley winning that race by 17.3 seconds at the end. So dominating performance. Kuda in 3rd. D-Man making up the last position on the podium. Then Nizmax 4th. Chen in 5th. Teb 6th, not Sebastian 7th, and then Springbok Gamer 8th. Canoe on debut, is that correct? He's on debut.
That's it, yes.
Hasn't raced with us before, he finishes 9th, he'll get points on debut. Congrats to him. And then Gavin's debut performance in a Bentley will also earn him a couple of points, which he wasn't able to attain in round 1.
And no penalties tonight.
So nicely done, guys. Nicely done to the drivers. Yeah, no penalties, no infractions in the pit lane. and dominating drive from Wesley.
Once you got in front, that was it. There was no looking back.
Well, there we go. I've got an
Here.
error on my
Also
stream.
got disconnected.
So you'll be seeing some sort of connection failure there on your screen, so you can just listen to our voices for the rest of this, because we're not going to try to get back in here.
Yeah, and we're pretty much done. It's just wrapping us up.
Good thing I read the positions. I thought something weird was going to happen. So yeah, that was round 2.
Round 2,
That
Branch
was Brands
Hatch,
Hatch.
done, finished.
Do we know where we're heading? Do we know where we're heading next week? Where are we heading next week for SSR? Do we know? Maybe Judge, can you jump in quickly if you're still here?
Judge doesn't want to talk anymore. Of course, next will be Silverstone. It's the double British, of course. So, Branch Hatch next week is Silverstone, of course, and then the week after that is Paul Ricard. So, yeah, Silverstone.
Right, so okay, so we will stay in Britain. We'll go to Silverstone. Probably a more familiar track to a lot of the guys that play F1 as well. So, and then just a reminder, we've left our link there. If you haven't subscribed to the TNB channel, subscribe to TNB. We'll be back. At least I won't be back. Hopefully, Johan will be back.
I'll be back
night.
in the comms box, and of course,
not on midweek racing though.
It's most of the guys that you guys see here who's also there just in F1 cars.
And then obviously the stream tonight coming from Midweek Racing's YouTube channel.
Until
tomorrow night will be coming
this
from
YouTube channel is sorted.
It will be coming from the Turbos and Bullets YouTube channel. So we've left the link there. Just make sure you're subscribed. And obviously when we eventually get the SSR official YouTube channel going, then we will also switch over. But yeah. Cheers, guys. Hopefully I'm not speaking to you guys tomorrow night. And it's only Johan. And just say goodbye from my side. Thank you very much. And see you guys in round 3.
And as always, of course, thanks for the support. Thanks for watching and posting comments there. Yeah, some might be drivers. Not everybody is. It's always nice to see or hear from you guys. Always like to be part of a conversation. And if you guys post your comments there. So yeah, thanks for the support. Next week, same time, same place, Silverstone. Till then, stay safe. And of course, for all South Africans, go big. At least you can now have a few beers.
Guys in the comment section asking for an invite to the comms box. You'll get an invite to the comms box as soon as we're off YouTube, because you're dangerous.
Because YouTube
especially
is there,
after a state.
Yeah, guys, have a good one. Till next week. Cheerio.
Enjoy.